this is Dan with StarReviews.com. Today we're going to review the as seen on TV product, the Slap Chop. We've all seen the Slap Chop on television. It's the infomercial that has famous Vince using it, Vince from ShamWow. This is the other product that he does. And today, StarReviews is going to put it to the test and see if it really works as well as he says it works, and if it really works as easy as they make it look on television. So we have a couple foods here. We're going to put the Slap Chop to the test. A couple things about the product. When you get it, it's pretty basic. It has this cup at the bottom, so you can put your smaller foods in the cup and then put the Slap Chop into the cup and hit it a couple times to slap it, to chop it up. Now if you hit this plunger a couple times, obviously it's going to give you big pieces, but if you keep pushing the plunger over and over again, it's going to give you smaller pieces. And here's how it works. On the bottom, you have those blades. They're extremely sharp, and as you push, the blades kind of rotate every time you push it and let the plunger come back to the top of its stroke. Now, this all comes apart really nicely for easy cleaning. We'll show you that later. And let's just get straight into the tests and show you how it really works. Okay, test number one, we're going to start with some almonds. The Slap Chop is supposed to be perfect for chopping different kind of nuts. We have some pecans as well that we're going to show you. So here's our almonds to begin with. As you can see, we just have some whole almonds. And for this test, we're going to use the cup that comes with the Slap Chop. And let's see how it works. So let's grab a couple, place them into the cup here. We'll just do that many to start with. Slap Chop goes in, comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10. So with 10 chops, as you can see, it did a pretty nice job to give us some almonds and some pretty big chunks. Let's just hit it a couple more times and see how small we can get them. We're going to hit it a couple more times and get these things really chopped up. Couple more times, and there you can see we have some really finely chopped almonds. Perfect for baking. Just dump this out onto the plate. As you can see, that's what we started with, and that's how we finished after a couple seconds with the Slap Chop. So the Slap Chop worked pretty well for the nuts, and here we go. We're going to move on to some vegetables. So here we have some mini carrots. Everyone likes mini carrots. Good for a stew. If you want to, take these carrots and put them into a stew, you have to slice them with a knife. Or let's see how the Slap Chops works with more than one carrot at a time. There I have some. Obviously I have these other ones here that are on the side just for comparison's sake. So a couple times there. As you can see, the first problem is the Slap Chop picked the carrots up and stuck to the blade. Not going to be good. And let's see if we can get it to fix itself. So after a couple times, it frees the carrots up. There's a little grate that the blade comes back into, and I think that's what's meant to push the food away from the blade. So after a couple times, it worked pretty well. As you can see, it gave us these finely chopped carrots. And we'll go ahead and just do a couple more. Let's see if I can get something a little less finely chopped. So a couple hits, you just have some bigger pieces of carrots. There you go, for comparison's sake. Finely chopped, a couple hits with the Slap Chop, and up here is what we started with. So for carrots, as far as the first vegetable, it worked pretty well. Okay, in the infomercial, we saw Vince chop up an onion, and then after he chops it up with the Slap Chop, he takes the Slap Chop away and he's holding the onion skin. So not only did it chop the onion, it took the skin off without him having to do any work. So we have an onion right here. We've cut it in half as per the instructions with the Slap Chop. You're supposed to have the skin facing down so that when you set the Slap Chop over the onion, the skin is still facing down on your cutting surface, whether it be a cutting board or in this case we're just using this here paper plate. And let's give it a shot and see if it can chop this onion and de-skin it all at the same time. So, a couple chops there. We have some finely chopped up onion, a little skin there, move this around, see if we can get the rest of the skin, a little more skin there. A little more skin there. That was after a couple chops, so you know, it did take the skin off, but it wasn't in one piece as they make it seem. We have another half here, luckily. Let's give that a try. Let's hit this one only a couple times and see if that gives us a better result. So I hit this one 3 times, and as you can see, it didn't really chop the onion, but it did take the skin off, and that was pretty nice. So maybe that's the approach you need to take. Take the skin off first, and then finish chopping your onion up after that. And there it is. The nice part about using the slap chop for an onion is you don't really get that sensation you get when you cut an onion, that you get it in your eyes. Let's move on and show you how it does with garlic. So here we have a clove of garlic, fresh garlic. Let's start with 1 there. And again, a couple hits is supposed to take the skin off. So there it is. There is the skin of the garlic. It worked really, really well for that. As you can see, the skin is right here. Put that on the other plate. Have some skin in there. Put that on the other plate. These are all my other cloves here. Let's finish chopping up that garlic. Pretty well. I have a nice piece there, though, big piece. A couple more hits there. Finely chopped fresh garlic, easy. Didn't have to worry about taking the skin off. Let's move on. I'm going to give you one more here, because obviously that's not enough garlic to cook with. There's another fresh clove. We'll do 2 at a time. Couple hits, 2 at a time. The skin isn't off this one as easy. Hit it a couple more times. Again, it's taking the skin off, but it's not perfect. It's not as great as some other stuff that we've seen, or the old-fashioned way, you know, with the knife. But it does indeed give you fresh garlic. Here, a couple more slaps, got you the skin right off. Fresh garlic. That's way faster than I could chop it with a knife. It really passed the test. So it worked well for the nuts, and it worked pretty good for the vegetables as well. So here we are to finish up at the sink. We're going to show you a couple more things about the slap chop. As you just saw, it did really well, chopping all of the foods that we could throw at it, from nuts to vegetables. It did a nice job. Now the other nice part about the slap chop is the cleanup. So here's the bottom cup that we use for the nuts. Pretty non-stick. Obviously it's just plastic. We just had nuts in it. Without even getting in there with a sponge, it came out pretty well. Obviously it cleaned up a little better with some soap and water. Now the bottom piece comes off just like that. You just turn it, and now the bottom piece comes off. And again, that's made out of durable plastic. I'm just rinsing it with water for the purpose of making this kind of quick. As you can see, that all the vegetables came off that. And here's that little plastic guide that sits by the blade that I was saying kind of knocks the vegetables off when they're coming back up with the blade. Again, really durable plastic. All this Dishwasher Safe. Everything comes off of that, no hassle. Now the top, you unlock this collar by just simply turning it. Sorry, my hands are a little wet. So now you unlock the collar like that. It slides down onto the plunger stick here. Now this just opens up like a butterfly. And there you have the very sharp blades. Be careful, they are extremely sharp. But again, dishwasher safe, or you can hand wash it. I'm just going to rinse it here in the sink to show you just how easy it is. For a basic clean, they're non-stick. All the other components are plastic, real durable. And there you are. The blades are clean. So just like that, took us a couple seconds to chop up all our vegetables and our nuts, and it took us a couple seconds to clean it. You can't beat that. There's no doubt that there's some TV products that work really well. And they work, just as advertised, and pretty easy too. The slap chop is definitely one of those products. It does what they say it does, and it does the job really well, and it's easy to use. Not only is it easy to use, it's easy to clean up. The slap chop is going to get 6 out of 6 stars from StarReviews.com. It is certainly an as-seen-on-TV product for your kitchen that's going to make your life just a little bit easier when you go to cook dinner. Be sure to check out our blog at StarReviews.com to see more of our as-seen-on-TV product reviews.